Hello everyone, I am Komal Mehta, teaching as an assistant professor in computer science department at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. Today in the series of web development course, we will cover about the XML and their basic terminologies. As we already discussed in previous playlist of the web development, we covered about the basic concepts of the HTML and the CSS. Now the next one is the XML. So XML is a hardware and a software independent tool for storing and transportation of the data. That means whenever we want to store or transport our data, we will use the XML, that is extensible markup language. It is a markup language as soon as HTML is also. But it is designed for the purpose of the storation or the transportation, not for the displaying the data in our website. So it is called as a self descriptive. Why so? Because it embedded with some tags that was already described in their metadata. So it is W3 recommendative markup language. As we know about the self descriptive, that means it must have the sender knowledge, it must have the receiver knowledge, it have a body that containing the important message that we want to transfer, as well as the heading we want to transfer the data. That means whenever we will talk about any XML language, then that is self descriptive and contain all the information embedded in itself. That means sender information, receiver information, messages what we want to transfer, and the heading we want to do the task is described in an XML itself. But sometimes that just contain the data, nothing done in perform or performed, we can say in an XML. So we can also say that the XML does not work anything, it doesn't do anything, it just wrapping the information in a tags and transferring that. So there are different goals of an XML and HTML. Firstly, XML is designed to carry the data with focus on what data is, but HTML was designed to displaying the data and focus how the data looks. That means whenever we will talk about the data, we will point out two questions. How can we represent that, and what we want to transmit? So what will be replied by the XML language and how will be replied by the HTML language? In XML, there is no predetermined tag in an HTML as shown. That means whenever we will talk about any tag, we can embed or we can build out by ourselves also. That is not predefined. But in HTML, there are some predefined tags and we have to use in that manner. In an XML language, there is no predefined tags. For example, whenever we will talk about any XML language, that means transmission will be done. So transmission will be done at a source to destination. That means we know about the to tag and the from tag, where we want to transmit and from how we will transmitting the data. So the tags will be mentioned as a to and the from tag. Here it is mentioned like that. To tag in Angular braces and from tag in Angular braces. These tags are invented by the author of XML document. So an HTML, whenever we will talk about the paragraph or a heading, we will use the P tag, we will use the H1 tag, H1 to H6 is for the heading tag. Tabular format we want to insert, then we have to use the table tag, and there are so many other tags for different purposes. But in XML, we will modify the tags according to our requirement. So with XML, the author must define both the tags and the document structure. It simplifies the things, it sharings the data, it transportation facility improvises, it is simply platform changes, it's simply providing the data availability. That means these are the basic features we will say about the XML has. That means sharing, transportation, platform independent, and the data availability will be done easily in an XML language. Many computers contain data in incompatible format. Exchanging the data from incompatible is time consuming task for the web developers, and for that large amount of data must be converted and then lost out sometime. But in an XML, we can use the data storage in a plain text format. We need not to mention anything or need not to use any other specific particular browser or a software for the XML transmission. This provide a hardware and software independent way of storing and transporting the data and also sharing the data. It can be easier to expand or upgrade to the new operating system, new applications, new browsers without losing the data. That means this is that much secure because whenever we will transmit the data, we have to make sure that data must not be corrupted or must not be in the hand of a spy. So that must be encrypted format so that data will not lose. So that security point of view, XML is safe. With XML, data can available to all kind of reading informations like people, computer, micro machines, voice machines, news feeds, etc. So data will be available easily. That means user friendly. The basic features or advantage we can say about the XML is that it separates the data from the HTML. It helps in the transportation, it helps in sharing. Platform change can be done in XML, and data availability increases day to day. Whenever we will create our data, we can also use the new internet languages as well. So the basic syntax, or we can say the criteria we will use in an XML is in this manner. Firstly, the first line ever here mentioned is the XML tag that contain the version, which version we will use, and the encoding, that means the security point of view, this code is mentioned. So in the first line that defines XML version 1 and encoding part, this one. Next line, the note. Here the note is the root. That means the document must have some root and then the child will be created of that node. If we want to add on some subchilds, then that is also possible. But firstly, we have to create a root node. That root node is over here is note tag. After that, the child of the note is 2 that contains some content. Once that will be mentioned, 2 tag will be closed over here. After that, from tag, then the content will be mentioned and from tag will be closed over here. The heading tag containing the reminder tag and the body tag containing the complete message. Once that will be done, all have a closing tag and we will close all the tags. Once the whole document will be write out in an HTML format, then the node tag is also closed. That means root node is closed. So we can say the first line basically deals with the version or the encoding we want to add on the security point of view. Next line describes the root element of the document, and next line is a child, that is 2 is a child, and then the content is mentioned in same manner. From is a child, heading is a child, and the body is a child of the node tag. So we can say there are 4 child element of the root node, and the finally last line defines the end of the root element. Once the all child will be mentioned with their closing tag, the node tag is closed over here. So the last line defines the ending of the root element. In an XML document that must contain a root element, this element is called as a parent of all other elements. So root node is required. The element in an XML document is a document tree. The tree starts at a root node and branch out to the lowest level of the tree. Because whenever we will talk about any of the tree, then there is hierarchy of that one. Firstly, the parent, then child, then subchild, and so on. Once the whole process will be done, the leaf node will be there, and once the leaf node will be mentioned, the root node is also closed. So the basic, or we can say the structure of the XML element is root node, then child. If you want to add on child, add on subchild, then subchild is embedded in the child tag. Once that will be mentioned, subchild is closed, then child is closed, and after that root node is closed over here. So this is a basic syntax or a pattern we will follow in an XML language. The term parent, child, and sibling are used to describe the relationship between the elements. Parent element have a children, and children at a same level is called as a siblings. Because in a tree we will talk about whenever, then there is a level split end. That means first level is level 0, next level is level 1, level 2, and so on. At the similar level, when there are one or more than one node, then they both correlated with as a siblings. So at first level, when there are two child or two more than two, then they both, or They each and everyone is called as a sibling of each other. In same manner, whenever we will talk about any of the level and each level have similar number, then they are the siblings, whether they are brothers or a sisters. Next is an XML elements. XML elements are the basic building blocks of the XML document. Whenever we will talk about the elements that are the part that are used in any document, whenever we will create that document. So it is a container to store the data, elements, attributes, media, objects, etc. That means whatever we want to add on in our document, we will store in an element. So every XML document, at least one element whose scope is delimited by the start and ending of the tag in case of empty tag. And it is delimited by an empty tag. That means an element must contain the text, attribute, other element or mix of the above. But it must contain at least one of them because that must not be the empty one. So the basic structure of the any element description is element name, attribute, what you want to add on. Firstly, element name that contains some attribute. Then the content we want to add on in an element tag. After that, element tag is closed. So element tag is the name of a element and attribute is used to define the XML element property. And these attributes are separated by the white space. It associates with the name a value which is a string of the character, because whenever we will talk about any attribute, then an attribute must have some value, and that value is used in the inverted commas. So these are separated by the white space in an XML. The basic rules for the XML elements is firstly that must contain alphanumeric value or a character, but only three special characters are required in the name. These are hyphen, underscore, and the period. These are the simply the rules, nothing else. So we have to take care of these one whenever we will add on an element and the naming of that element. Next is name are case sensitive. It means lowercase letter have a different meaning instead of the uppercase one. That means whenever we will talk about, for example, over his address, ADDRESS. Here A is small one, but in this one A is caps. So both the words or we can say both the elements are different. Then these address and these address are the different element, and they may have some different value also. Both start and end tag of the element need to be same. Whenever we will talk about any of the tag, when we start that tag and when we close that tag, they must be in the same format, whether the uppercase or a lowercase, that doesn't matter, but both must be in same format. An element which is a container that contain text or a element. That means whenever we will talk about any container, then we have to insert anything, must be in there, because container means that contain something. Next is empty element that does not contain anything, no information embedded in an element, it just for the calling point of view. So an element in an XML document which does not contain any content is known as empty element. Here the empty element is mentioned in this one. Once this is started in in the other element, normal element, we will start the element, then content is mentioned. After that, closing tag will be there. But in empty, we will embedded closing and starting tag in both the manner, single way. That is start with this one, that is started, and once backslash will be there, that is closed also, so that does not contain anything. Here the example is this one, bookstore. Bookstore is the root node. Once root node will be mentioned, we will insert the child tag. So book is an element name that contain an attribute that is of category, and category contains some value that is children, and when any value will be mentioned in the inverted comma. So इन्वर्टेड कोमा में आपने चिल्ड्रन ऐड ऑन कर दिया. नेक्स्ट इज द चाइल्ड. The child is of title that contain the value of Harry Potter, that also title tag is closed. Again, author, J.K. Rowling, author is closed. This tag is closed. Next child is year, next child is price. So the content is this one and the closing tag will be there. Once the whole process will be done, we will close the book. Book is an element, so book is closed over here. Next, Another element is added, that is book of category is equal to web. Now the attribute is containing the value that is equal to web. The child is title, author, year, price, the same manner. So that contain again the other information. Once that will be done, this particular element is also closed. Once the whole process will be done, the complete description of the body tag will be done, we will close the root node. Here the root node is bookstore, so bookstore is closed after the whole process will be done. And this we can say the title, author, year and price have a text content, right? Because these have some content and after that closing tag will be there. They contain some information. And bookstore and the book have an element content. That means they contain the element because they contain element. They here book containing element and the bookstore also containing element. Book has an attribute that is category. Sometime it is called as web or sometime it is called as children, right? So this is about the XML elements. Now the next is XML attributes, in which we will talk about the attributes having their value in which manner. So once the element will be discussed, we will after the element mentioned, then attribute is there and then the value will be there. So XML attribute have always been quoted format. Either it is a single or a double, that doesn't matter. Let's take an example over here. This is an element name that containing the attribute that is gender and gender containing the value that is equal to female. So here the female is mentioned in the inverted commas, right? So an attribute is mentioned with the element name. Now next is again element name. Element name contain the attribute that is gender and that contain the value that is female, and that element also contain the first name and the last name that are the child of the person. So first name is containing the Anna and then it is closed, and after that Smith, then that is closed. So these are the child. Once that will be done, element is closed over here. That means whenever we will add on an element with their attribute, we have to do it with the help of element name, then the attribute name. After that value must be mentioned after the attribute, and once that will be done, we will close the element tag also. In same manner this will be done. So here the gender is an element that contain the information that is female, and gender is closed over here, right? The difference in both of these is mentioned that here the gender is attribute, right? Because whenever we will add on an element name then putting something, then that is called as an attribute. But in this scenario you will see here person containing the root node containing an element that is the child. So here this gender is a child, but here this gender is an attribute. I hope the both are differentiated easily. Whenever we will talk about an attribute, then the element name, after that attribute name, after that value will be mentioned. But whenever we will talk about any element or a child, then we will discuss after the root node will be mentioned. So the gender tag is a child, next child is first name, and next child is a last name. All these are differentiated in comparison of the root node, then that is called as an element, else it is called as an attribute. The main concern about that is an attribute can't be containing multiple values. That means whenever we will talk about any attribute, we have to add single value. Can't possible to insert more than one value. But in element, we can add on multiple values. In attribute, that cannot be in tree structure, but element can be in tree structure. Attribute cannot easily expandable, but for the future point of view, element can be done so. So this is about the XML elements and the attributes. I hope the concept is clear. These both XML and HTML are completely different. Once we will talk about the appearance, then the HTML is focused, and once we will focused on how to transport, how to sharing the data, then that is focused by the XML language. The basic structure is totally different. There is no predefined tag in an XML, but in HTML, every tag is predefined. Whenever we will concern about the attribute value and element value, the basic structure of XML must contain the version and the encoding point of view. And this is all about the XML. I hope this is clear to all of you. Thank you.